Welcome to Chukwuemeka on Ojukwu University Igbariam campus. Okay, these are final year students, and we want to do what we call podcast, where we'll be interviewing the final year students to share their stories. And I'm here with my co-host. My name is Enendu Uche Poshes. Let me give the microphone to the next co-host for him to introduce himself as well. Thank you.
My name is Oka for Favor, from a member of 500 level constituency, and I'm the co-host of this podcast.
Hello, good day. My name is Chukwuemeka, popularly known as Farmer Steroid. I'm one of the co-hosts of this podcast. I'll be giving this mic to one of the guests to introduce herself. Thank you.
My name is Onwemenechineze Esther.
Okay, my name is Okoro Morin.
And my name is Adwa Kashidabere Onyeka.
Okay, the guest speakers, they have finished introducing themselves. Okay, so let's start with the first question we have for them today. Okay, I'll start with Adwaka Onyeka. Onyeka, can you tell us how you got admission into this school? Whether you did transfer, you took jump, or was it through JUPEB? We just want to know how the journey was so far.
Well, there is when I tell you the truth. I actually did JUPEB actually, and I also wrote jump. So I got into this school through jump, and for me to be in pharmacy, I did transfer because initially I was given physiology. So I did physiology my year one, and then my 200 level, I now applied for transfer, and I transferred direct to pharmacy. So that was how I got my. So I would not say it was easy. It was actually stressful. Thank you.
Okay, so we have heard from Onyeka. He said his phone was stressful. So let's hear from Maureen. Maureen, tell us how your getting admission into the school was like.
Okay, it wasn't hard for me actually. Mine was just very stressful. So after that SS trainer, I just wrote jam the same year and I got admitted. I printed out my admission letter around November, and the same November, before ending of November, I came to school, rented a lodge and all that. So it was very easy for me though.
Okay. So we have heard from Maureen. She said her own was actually a smooth ride. Okay. So let's hear from Esther to know how her own was like. Okay, Esther, please tell us how your story was like.
It was straightforward. Well, I wasn't even expecting to enter when I entered because I wrote WAEC from SS2. So all those SS3 are the whole stress. I didn't go through any of them. So I just wrote students. I just wrote WAEC, wrote jam, wrote everything. Because let me just try, let me just see how it was. And I wrote jam, I saw that I passed. And then I came, so it was not stressful. It wasn't stressful for me.
Okay. So thank you very much. We have heard from the guests. Onyeka said his own was stressful, while Maureen and Esther said theirs wasn't stressful. Okay, so going to the second question. Your journey in pharmacy so far. I'll start with Maureen this time around. Your journey in pharmacy so far, up to this 500 level. How has it been? Whether it's stressful or be smooth from 200 level, up to 500 level?
Okay, honestly speaking, I can't say that the journey so far has been nice. Like, you can't tell me that everyone will just say pharmacy journey have been very smooth. It's traumatic at some point. Okay, personally for me, it has not been easy. I know sometimes I get depressed because I'll finish one paper like that and I'll be like, God, God, I beg. You will see me going to chapel. Abba, Father. Trauma, that kind of stuff. So it has not been easy, but it has not been very easy but in everything, I just feel like just have God. Have God, and God will help you through. God have been my strength, and He will continue being my strength.
So we are learning something. Have God.
Okay. So you just learned from her. She said, "Have God." That with God has been pushing her right from 100 level up to this final year. Okay, so let's hear from Esther to know how the journey so far has been for her.
I know I said I came through SS2 because I came from there. It has not been easy. From year one, they show me shige from this school. So it has not been easy. What I just know is, as she said, have God. Yeah. So just with God, I can just say, God, thank you that I am here. Final year. After this year, no more. So it has not been easy. No more, it's not easy anyway. So that's just it.
Okay. So thank you very much. We have heard from Esther her own story. Okay, so now let's hear from Onyeka to know how the journey in pharmacy has been for him so far.
Like my colleague said, the thing no dey easy. I no go lie. Say everything have their ups and downs. In this pharmacy, there are some periods that I will just feel like giving up. I will ask myself, who sent me? I will do my physiology comot for this school. But anyway, all thanks to God. Anyway, I thank God for everything. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Okay, so all of them they have talked about their journey so far in pharmacy. Okay, so quickly let's go to the third question, which is the biggest challenge in pharmacy so far. So we start from Esther. Esther, what's your biggest challenge in this school of pharmacy, Igbariam campus?
Everything in school of pharmacy is a challenge. Writing your quiz is a challenge. Writing your exam is a challenge. And now I'm having to deal with projects. So everything is a challenge. There's nothing that is easier than the other. You don't get anywhere where it is. So the only thing I'll just say is just to keep going, because if you want to go back, you go back and start from where. So everything here for me, everything is challenging that you have to keep facing every day and then find out new ways to get over them.
So we have heard from Esther. She has had her own view about the biggest challenge. Okay, so let's hear from Onyeka. Onyeka, what's your biggest challenge in this school of pharmacy so far?
My everything like my friend just said is a challenge anyway. But my biggest challenge should be in my 300 level. 300 level second semester and 400 level first semester. These two semesters show me chicken. So that's my biggest challenge. Yeah. I think those 2 semesters. Yeah, those 2 semesters. Hey,
Yes.
Days, but thank God.
Okay. Onyeka just said he said that 300 level second semester and 4 level first semester was his biggest challenge in this school. Okay. So let's now hear from Maureen to know her own biggest challenge in school of pharmacy.
My biggest challenge, not just one me, please. My biggest challenge, honestly, everything in pharmacy having a challenge. But I think it should be, I think my biggest challenge started in 300 level, where I had a lot of practicals and I had normal classes I had to blend with. Combining practicals and normal lectures, they were not very easy for me, because I know very well how many times I have to like wish I can divide myself into 2. It's not very easy at all. So, but I'm glad this final year is okay. Just from 300 level, 400 level has been a challenge so far.
So Maureen has just had her own view. She said that 300 level was actually her biggest challenge in this school. Okay, so for the next questions, I'll give the mic to the co-hosts for them to continue with the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Porches. Okay, so I'll be asking the next question, which is your happiest moments in pharmacy school. So Esther, can you tell us?
Hey, happiest moment. Yeah. I don't know. It's when I pass each individual course. That's really happiest moment I know. Hey. I don't know. Are there any happy moments?
There should be.
I don't know.
Happy moments.
I can't think of any other one apart from passing each individual course.
Wow, nice.
So that's just it for me.
Enough happy moments.
Okay, thank you, Esther. Thank you. So, Maureen, please, can you tell us your happiest moment in pharmacy school?
Okay, my happiest moment. Happiest moment. This is the question. Sounds simple, but it's not simple actually. Because most of the things we face in pharmacy, they're just full of challenges. And okay, happiest moments. I think there should be 2, Sha. That should be when we go for a conference or this convention. These are happy moments because you get to share moments, you get to share knowledge with other students from other schools. So that's a very happy moment. You just have fun. And I think the other one should be when I don't have lectures. I'm very sorry to say this. When I don't have lectures, it's actually very happy for me because I'll stay at home, eat, relax. please. And sleep. But we don't get that often. Yeah.
Okay, Maureen, thank you very much. So, Onyeka, please can you tell us your happiest moment in pharmacy school?
I don't even know where to start, but because I don't think I have any happy moment in this pharmacy. I think it should be when I passed my 200 level courses. Like, you know, as a transfer student, I came into the school middle of the semester, and I had to, do so many things, read, blah blah blah. I had to follow up to meet up. So I think when I passed my 200 level courses, yeah, my happiest moment, because I was like, wow, thank God, no receipt for me, because that now what I avoid for this school.
Okay, thank you, Onyeka. I'll be asking the next question, which is your sweetest course in this pharmacy school. On a normal, we all should have our sweetest course. Like me, my sweetest course in pharmacy school is PMB, followed by chemistry. Okay, even in my secondary school, my sweetest course is chemistry, followed by English language. So I'll be giving the mic to Esther to tell us our sweetest course here in pharmacy school.
The only cause that's sweetest cause, I mean, just PCT, pharmaceutics, I mean.
know why you are laughing.
That is my own sweetest cause. All, as my host said, he said it's chemistry. I celebrate you, sir. So my sweetest cause is dispensing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Esther. I'll be giving the mic to Maureen to tell us our sweetest course in pharmacy school.
Okay, sweetest course in pharmacy school. I actually have two. Okay, pharmacology. PCO. I love the course, but the course doesn't like me. Like, I know how much I try to read and pass throughout all A's, but sometimes you just see B. You wonder how after you've written the whole thing in your head. So the course doesn't really like me, but I like the course because it has to do with story about diseases, pathology of diseases, and how drugs works, and it's a very interesting course. Yeah, and I like microbiology. Yeah, PMB. It's a nice course to get to study about diseases, microorganisms, a lot of things that you don't know, you can't see with your eyes. It's very interesting. But the course too does not like me. But we still thank God.
Are you sure there's any cause that like
Okay, thank you, Maureen. I will give you the mic to Onyeka to tell us his sweetest course here in pharmacy school.
Well, I have two sweetest courses actually. The first one is pharmaceutics. You know, that pharmaceutics is one of my sweetest courses, and another one is chemistry. Actually, I do love chemistry. I do love, I do love chemistry. Although, but the course no dey easy, but I like them. I like them like that.
You know, people don't know that chemistry is very, very sweet. If you know the formula, just the formula, it's very, very, everything is just there for you. Just know nature. You pass chemistry. Okay, I'll be asking the next question. How did you read to survive to this 500 level? Okay, some people do say, I do summarize the whole handout. Maybe they are dropping it, I'll be summarizing it. While some do say, I do read ahead. Maybe they are dropping it, I will finish the whole handout before even the lecturer enters the class. You know, there are many strategies. So, but for me, the one that works for me is reading the handout before the lecturer enters the class. Because when the lecturer is now talking, I'll be easily, be grabbing it fast. So I'll be giving the mic to one of the guests to tell us how she, survived to 500 level, which is Esther. Please tell us.
I'm in the same class.
Yeah, we're in the same class.
Because you said you read before the lecturer enters class. How many times have you had handouts before the lecturer enters class? How many?
Most of them.
No, is it like I don't think.
Am I lying?
I think you're like. Well, for me, I know they see handouts where they read before lecturer enter class.
Wow.
So basically
So-
we have like a rundown of what we are going to do this semester. So
Well, those ones aside, how I read is after lecture I've dropped handouts.
Ah.
So I read before the exam. I'll try to read and summarize. But then I will still read them again. Like even though I'm reading them again, it's like as if I'm starting afresh. But either ways, I read before the exam, read ahead, then summarize handouts. Then the major part of it, which is reading for the actual exam, all those summary will still be nothing if you don't read the night before the exam. And then that night before the exam is well, there's this popular thing I'm always saying to myself. I read like my life depends on it. So that's just basically how I've been able to find myself here in final year.
Okay, thank you, Esther. So, Maureen, please, can you tell us how you read to survive to 500 level?
I beg. Which kind TDB? I beg. I think basically for me, how I read to survive or how I've been surviving so far, I've just been there's just been reading on time. Just yeah, like I can't really say I know okay, I know when I say read on time, it's not very easy to do that because apart from school, we have our own private life, we have other life, our social life, our family life and all that. So because some of us are married, just that we found ourselves single at the moment. Okay. So it's just basically reading on time. Like yeah, you can procrastinate things sometimes, but don't procrastinate too much. Like I try as much as possible to read on time. I can't say I will read before a lecturer comes in because some handouts do come like few weeks even after a lecture has ended. So just try to read on time. I try as much as possible to read on time before exams or after quiz. I don't make summaries though. I just read and I try as much as possible that any big word, any strange word I see, because you know it is a medical course, you will see a lot of strange words that you've never even seen before. Try as much as possible to find the meaning. On not you not during exam period, you now start looking for the meaning. Your brain won't even accept it though. So I just try to look for all these big words that I'm not familiar with. I look for them and just write them in the handouts. And few days before the exams, I'll read the handouts again. So that's just basically how I've been trying to survive. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. So, Mr. Onyeka, can you please tell us how you read to survive to this 500 level?
Well, how I read is I do summarize. Like if the lecturer drops a handout, I'll just buy keep and at my own convenient time now pick it up and summarize them. So that one of the reasons why I do summarize is that I don't like towards the exam period I'll be carrying all these big handouts around. So I like to make everything to be simple for me so that when I'm reading it will be just easy for me.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll be giving the mic to my co-host to tell us the question you have for our guests.
okay, thanks for the introduction. Did you do business at any point in time in pharmacy school? And if you did, how did you cope and combine business with school? Let's hear from Anyeka.
Actually, I did not start any business early enough, but towards this my final year, I started with graphics. But my own work was just soft work, because I'm actually working for somebody. Like like if I get an order, I will send to the person, then the person will now do the whole thing and now deliver. So that's how my own is. So it's not something that I have to put my time, everything. My own work is just to advertise, tell people, hey, look, I dey do this thing, or I get plug, we go help you do, and so that kind of thing. So how my own day, sha.
Okay, thank you, Onyeka. Next person, Maureen, tell us if you ever did business in school or if you are doing, how do you cope?
Okay. Yeah, of course I have because I like money. So if somebody can dash me money, I have to look for ways to get money. Well, yeah, I've I've done a lot of things. So I can't even start placing. But the major one I know, I've done a lot of things, referral businesses, a lot of things. Okay, but the major one I know, I know very well that stood out was I started a business where I called it on Twist Collections. I was selling footwears. Okay, it wasn't very easy combining it with school because sometimes I saw myself skipping lectures, only for me to go to Onitsha to get some stuff to do my way bill, and my line became a very busy one. Like our customers will be calling me, I will be in school, my phone has to be on silence, all this stuff. So it wasn't very easy combining both of them together. It was very, very hectic. So, but yeah, I'm still, I started up, I'm in another business. So yeah, I'm doing the business and I'm learning through it. So it's a tech business, it's data analysis. And so far, where the stuff is fitting well, it's not very hectic this time around, is because I always find myself working on weekdays, that's weekends, Saturday and Sunday. So it's very, very good for me to combine it with school. And it's not very easy though, because I do have assignments, I do have maybe, okay, so far I'm working on one contract, and the contract will be taking my time because I have to work on normal working days now, which I should use to be coming to school, sha. But it has not been very easy. But in all things, it's just good. And you just have to know how to combine this stuff. Because in pharmacy school, your results matters a lot. No matter any business you do, if the business is affecting your results, you really need to either you shut it down or you suspend it for the moment. Because in this school, you came to study, you came to come up with very good results, not just to go and make money. If you make money and you don't know what you're doing in pharmacy school, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. Let's hear from Esther.
Did I? Okay, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I currently but the thing is I didn't start earlier on. So it's not been so easy doing all the deliveries, way bill. But I just try to combine it with schoolwork. Then now that we've started our project and every other thing. So I'm a bit off and on that business side. So it's like I've suspended it a bit for now. So because what they sent me here for is to come out with certificates. I've already left footwear online. So I can continue that any other time.
Yeah.
So and I just have few months to live. So why not just focus on this one and get this one done? So what I'm saying is if you know that there's any business you're doing in school that is going to be taking most of your time from the main thing you came to school to do, it's better you either look for an alternative that won't that you can be able to manage, or you try suspending it. You can always start later. It's never too late. So that's just what I was saying. Thank you.
Good. Well, thank you, Esther, for your opinion. Well, I don't know, like just to add a little bit something. I don't know if you guys noticed something. I think all of us here are Igbo. So I don't know if you notice something. You see that onye ọbụla n'ebe a, ọsọ afịa ka a na-agba. Ọ ya na-eme n'Ọnịcha. You know, so one thing I like about the Igbo tribe is that wherever we find ourselves, we try to survive. So this is just a shout out to you out there that whether you are in pharmacy school, wherever you are, if you know you can juggle studies with business, you should definitely try it out. So going to the next question, and obviously the last, I would like to know you guys' advice to your younger ones, because in whatever we do, people are looking up to us. Yeah, we are in 500 level. We once looked up to people, you know, to see how they did their things. So, what is your advice to the younger ones, those in 200, 300, 400? What's your advice to them? What do you think they should do better while in pharmacy school? Let's start from.
Well, okay, in line with my advice, first thing I'll say is first of all, it's not easy. Even in pharmacy school, even if you decide to change course, it's not still easy anyway. It's not even still easy by the time you're done with pharmacy school. So the thing is, at whatever level or at whatever phase you find yourself, just try to, with God on your side, Just keep pushing through, because if you say you want to give up, you give up and go to where? You start afresh. Where? Who will pay the school fees to start afresh? So you have to just keep going, even if you reach where you cry, and you clean your eye and pick up your book and continue. Because you're just crying because you're reading only theory courses. By the time you go outside, there will be nobody to listen to you when you be crying. You cry alone. So thing is just push through. Na life we did. Nobody everybody for yourself. So always be ebe akwa ficha anya gị. Bidokwa ebe ị kwụsị. So that's just what I was saying.
Well, thank you for that wonderful one. I don't know, some of us that we are not hearing Igbo. She said, if you reach where you reach to cry, you cry, clean eyes, start again. So let's hear from Maureen.
Okay, I have a lot of advice because at some point going on, I made some mistakes and everything. So I wouldn't want any person coming up to make the same mistakes. But the first one should be make your course a priority. Any course you're studying, no matter how you deem the course to be useless. Yeah, those some courses they don't really make sense if you have to practice them in Nigeria. But just try make school your priority, because once you make something a priority, you will see yourself giving it more time, more attention. You work towards it very well. Make school your priority no matter what. Yeah. Then the next one is avoid any stressful relationship, please. I'm sending this message to everyone across there. Because as a student, you have a lot of things going on. Especially, you really need to work on your results, because that's the essence of you being a student. So if you have anyone in your life that is stressing you, please and please, unless the person is a family member, you try to manage the person. Just manage. But if the person is not, even if the person dash you 1 million, just push the person aside. You have other
1 million is a big money.
yes, the person will dash you 1 million and you run away. Please run.
You collect
I'll
it.
collect it. Then we'll continue.
Wait, you will collect the money and run away.
When you become
Wait, sir.
even if you give you 1 million, delete. When you become a pharmacist, you get more than 1 million.
Yes, exactly. Delete and block. But I'm not saying you should be blocking people up and down. No. But just try as possible to avoid stress relationship. Any relationship that amigo bara, just avoid it. Avoid it. My sister, my brother, just avoid it. And every other thing is put God. Always have God in what you are doing. Yes, I'm not saying this. I'm not like I'm a churchy person. I'm not very religious like that. But just because at some point you'll be traumatized, devastated. Like you don't have any person to talk to, or even if you talk to them, people have problems now. They will tell you their problems too.
You tell the person your own.
Yeah, you people now see yourself sharing problems. So those after everything, because the only person that can confirm like provide solution for you is God. So last in your private time in your room, go and cry to God. After crying, clean your tears, and God will make your way out. That's just it.
Well, thank you very much for that one. I think she said there was a place she said if there is any relationship that will draw blood from your body. That was what she said, though. Makandina na ha anu Igbo. So let's hear from Onyeka.
Well, my own advice is first and foremost, hold God tight. That is the first thing I would say. Then the second thing is, like you said, we're academics. We are here to study, so always try and make sure that you are abreast with your studies. Read, or just continue reading. And another thing is that is missing is your social life. Many of us in this pharmacy school don't have social lives. Somebody like me, actually, that thing that really affected me. It was in this my final year that I was like, what be this? so even if
That point in your time when you are doing protest,
I'm telling you, so try and build your social life. I'm not saying that you should not give your everything to social life, but at least have social life. Have friends from other departments,
Yeah,
like
so you have people you can
yeah,
build from too.
yes.
Find out.
So just Just have friends because somebody like me, like I said, when I came in, newly, I didn't have much friends, but this my final year. I was like, sitting with this. So try and have social life. Then your academics too. That is the first and most primary thing that brought you to this school. Okay, so try and balance the two. That's all I can say. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I just want to add something to what my co-host asked. He said, the advice to give the younger ones. Okay, for me, I think the younger ones, like the ones in 2011, I think people should try and be meeting your seniors if you're confused in anything. Again, don't just like conclude or assume this is the way it should. Like maybe you're reporting a manual, you're confused. You can walk to somebody in 2011 and ask the person. The person will explain it to you. Don't feel like the person will not be your. I think that's the mentality most of us have. You just be there in silence or you be walking in darkness. Ask questions, meet people, make friends in your higher level so that they can be directing you in the things you are doing. Okay, that's my own advice to them. Thank you very much.
Also, in addition to what he said, making friends with your colleagues in higher levels, also in your own level, there are people that obviously know better than you. So there's this thing even in the Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. If you don't know, it's better you look for someone that knows better than you. You read with the person. You will have a wider understanding of what you're supposed to read. Not when you are managing with your B. You have friends that keep getting receipts everywhere. There's no way you obviously get better. It's either you remain where you are or you get worse. Then in addition to read. If you still read, still get receipts. The major thing there is if you get receipts, you read and write it again. It's only receipts, it's not repeat. Even if you have to repeat, if you still can, you still do it. Because it's not even going to be easier even if you decide to give up. So that's just it. Thank you.
Okay, let me add something. Obviously, prayer is the number one. So we all should pray. Secondly, don't miss class. Very, very important. Just attend class. Just have 75 to 100% you pass. Okay. Thirdly, read your book. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you all for your advices. Well, from I know basically if you listen to this podcast, there is no way you won't learn something. You must take one or two things, and just something came to my mind now, and I actually want to ask it. Just the last one. So, okay, I saw something on Twitter recently. Someone said he actually studied pharmacy because he wanted to sell drugs. He wanted to import drugs, cocaine in particular. So the person was like, he has finished reading. He wasted 5 years in pharmacy school and came out. That was what he said. That he wasted 5 years in pharmacy school and came out, and he hasn't started pushing it. That he's regretting the 5 years in pharmacy school. So I want us here. I want to know if there is anyone here that also has that in mind, or if I just want to know. Do you really think the end of this pharmacy school justifies the process, or rather the stress, or rather the means? Let's start from Master Ed.
Okay. Number one, you don't have the intention of moving hard roles because you're a pharmacist. It comes with opportunity and what you're capable of doing. Okay, and if you have the contract from maybe all these federal government hospital, they might just give you the job based on what you are capable of doing. Not if they scrutinize your lifestyle, feel like you cannot do this, they might not give it to you. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Let's hear from Mr.
Well, I didn't understand what you said. Did you say when maybe you get a contract from the federal government, is it to push drugs?
No, not to push the drug, just to give you the license to import the drug, then sell it to the hospital that
That's
need
normal
it.
drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to do license for her?
Because I need to understand. Then from what you said, the person that entered pharmacy school just to push drugs, okay. If I wanted to push drugs, why would I need to go to school? And mostly you say you go to school just to push drugs. Most of them that are pushing drugs, wetin concern them concern license. Even if they need the license, they can buy it from somebody. So the thing is, and apart from and also in addition to that, sef, most of them that has pushed these drugs and maybe are now drug lords. They've also been what do you call it? They've also been affected by all this drug abuse. So it's not easier anyway, even if you decide to push drugs. One day the drugs will still take your life. So about what he said about the end, just find the means. Yes, but you have to put the work. You can't just study. First, you study pharmacy, stay in the pharmacy school for 5 years, 6 years. You come out and then you think that they'll offer you your job on a platter of gold. There's no way it is done like that. You have to put in the work and then pray and hope for better outcomes. But you always have to just put in the work. All these great opportunities won't just fall on your lap like that. That's just what I want to say.
Okay, on this topic, I don't really have much to say. But this stuff is not even logical. Like, how can you go to a pharmacy school just for you to have access to cocaine, tramadol, all this stuff? So you'll be pushing it. And if you are pushing it, you know very well that even when you push them through legal means, they will still end up in the hands of people that are not meant to use it. And you're not even adding to the progress of the country. Because you know those that are not allowed to use it are young people, which they will use it to spoil their brain, to destroy themselves, basically. So why will you do that? You're just being selfish. Yes, I know we are in this world to make money. Most of us, yeah, we come from difficult families, backgrounds, and all that. But still, you still need to, even if you want to make money in life, at least you should also aim on being successful. And being successful does not imply you being rich. It simply means helping others that can also help others. You know, God will not bring you to a high level just for you to be there alone. He's bringing you there so that you can help people. You can bring up people up, and people also bring people, like help people. So don't be selfish in any goal you have in life, please. That part of you is just not logical, please, at all. It's not.
To answer this question, I think this is one of the wrong perceptions some people do have with pharmacy. Some people will tell you, I want to be a legal drug dealer. I think that's what that guy, that person that's what he have in mind. He wants to be a legal drug dealer, which is a very wrong notion. It's not advisable, because if you are coming to, if your intention is to push drug after school, you are in the long run, because it will not be possible. Like, it will be very difficult for you. I know it will be possible, but like, it will be difficult. Yeah, it will be difficult, because even to obtain that license you're saying now, I heard that before you can be able to import those hard drugs, you still have you have to write exam. Then you still need you need another license. So it will.
As you've even gotten maybe the license to import those hard drugs, you would still be under check. So it's not like because they give you the license, then you're free to do whatever you like with it. So you'll still be checkmated. So if you're studying pharmacy, just come and push drugs. Just perish that idea.
Then another thing is, the end justifies the means. Well, pharmacy is a lucrative course, or I say a lucrative career. You have so many things you can do as a pharmacist. So the only thing is for you to find where you fit in. And another thing is, pharmacy, like going through some pharmacy school is stressful, but always have that in mind, that this is what I want, and go for it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, coming from my own opinion, well, I'll say that for me, pharmacy is everything. Like, for me, like, because all this thing boils down to if actually you love this course, maybe you were forced because most people that study pharmacy, because I've gotten the opportunity to meet different from different schools that study pharmacy. When you interview them and be like, "How far? What inspired you to study this course?" They'll be like, "Oh, I'm just doing it for my mother, I'm doing it for my father." You'll be like, you know, for that they're not actually they don't have the passion for this course. Like for me now, I don't know. Right from when I love pharmacy. I love treating people. I love hearing people's opinion, their problem, trying to solve them, even if it can't be possible. I just like attempting. Okay, so I think this person that said something about cocaine or whatever, trying to, I think he's amongst the people that in the class of maybe he's reading for somebody or you get so something like that. Because for me, I feel like you have to love something. You have to love it. Me, I love pharmacy with all my heart. I don't know for that, but for me, I love pharmacy. I'm not just reading it just for the money. I love talking to people. I love hearing people's opinion. I love attempting to solve their problem because there are so many problems in this world. Okay, so I think well for the stress, pharmacy school is actually stressful. But I think after the stressful period, you still enjoy when the time comes. That's my own. Thank you. Yeah, after you have worked. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Basically, well, I guess this is a word that we are sending out there to tell everyone out there that if you are in this course to push drugs, it's a no. We are here to save lives. We are here to save life. So, but adding to what Porsche said, I think what the summary of what he said is that in this pharmacy, you have to find a motivation to study. My motivation was basically that I actually wanted to study pharmacy, not basically because somebody told me to or my parents. But there are people that their parents told to study, quite all right, which is not bad. But you have to find something that will push you, that will motivate you to keep going. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I know that if you listen to this our podcast, no matter how long, no matter how short you think it is, you definitely learn one or two things. And here we are telling you guys thank you for listening to our podcast. I still remain Uka Favor, member of 500 level constituency.
I still remain Obias Chukwuemeka, a member of 500 level.
Still remain Chineze. I don't know why everybody's calling me Esther. What's my name, Sha? So
Oh well, I will. Always, I'm beautiful. Maureen, thank you, peace.
I only remain Adwaka Shidabel Onyeka.
Okay, and I still remain Enendu Uche Podcast. Join us again for another episode next week. This is Magnifique Podcast. Thank you very much.